Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 17 French Grand Prix. Tonight we head to the Castellet for the Paul Ricard circuit, and well, we are greeted by light drizzle, shall we say, for the start of this qualifying session. All drivers looking to come out on the intermediates for the start of the session. But yeah, I'm joined tonight by STB Maudi. I've been abandoned again from my co-commentators, but yeah, STB Maudi's in the commentary box tonight. So how are you, Maudi? Are you looking forward to this one?
You know what? I'm quite looking forward to it. Yesterday was a very good Tier 1 race. I think we had a lot of excitement, me and Riggsy, watching the race, and there's a lot of battling going on. So yeah, do you know what? I'm looking forward to this Grand Prix. We've got a few new drivers that I'll introduce in a few moments, Mercury. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a good race and a good qualifying as well, because I'm sure a lot of drivers have not done wet practice or much of it.
Yeah, I think it's not a track that you often see rain at, so yeah, different. We'll have to see what the conditions in the race are like. So we see BTX going very wide through turn 11 already, as they all line up to start their flying laps. But yeah, it's not looking as if the rain's going to ease off in this qualifying session, so
Someone's left the session, I'll get them back in. But as I said, Mercury, we have got a few new drivers with us this evening. Let me just get Dixon back in the game. We've got a few new drivers here this evening. A notable driver who is new is VSL Oscar. Now, he's someone who I'm actually going to be expecting to be near the front of the grid today. He showed some very good pace in his practice earlier. So I've got very high hopes for Oscar here in France, driving for Haas. We've got Serrat, who's changed his name to SFS, so he'll be running for the SFS team in Brazil. We've got Bram Nielsen, driving from the Netherlands here this evening. He's in the Williams, and he's going to be in the midfield. He was going to be around me if I was to be racing, I think, and then we've got Mr. J. Smithy, who's another very quick driver, so he'll be looking to make his mark in Renault. He's replacing me tonight, so that'd be interesting. And then from Tier 1 last night, Mercury, I wanted to give him a chance in Tier 2 this evening. We've got VCRL Shark in his racing points, and he'll be hoping to give us a good showing in France. P1 at the moment is Juninho. 140 dead. So Mercury, what can we be expecting in sessions? Matt goes P1. What can we expect in this session?
well, it's going to be quite literally treading water, I think, for a lot of the drivers. We've seen Nuvolari had a bit of a mistake on his lap already. Yeah, we were saying most drivers wouldn't have practiced in these conditions, as we see a Renault completely redlining the chicane. That will be Cineflow. And a Haas driver as well. But yeah, a lot of drivers, I think, will just be trying to set as many laps as possible.
Cineflow is cutting corners. Cineflow, I will record that. Cineflow there, cutting across the circuit here in France. Very dangerous driving from the Mexican here, Mercury.
Yeah, there's VSL Oscar as well. Definitely will be reported to the stewards on both their behalves.
Very aggressive, very dangerous driving.
And yeah, I mean, the two Renaults have nearly just collided in the background, so not good at all.
Wow, there you go, Slippy then, off 141.129 in his Renault. There's a bit of action going on between the two Renaults, yes. Yeah, so don't think they get on very well, but anyway, Mercury, not much to shout about in this session at the moment. Quickson's back in. But Matic is P1 and a 140 dead, so that is a very good lap time there from him.
Yeah, I think he was reasonably confident for this one. Had a rough time in the race yesterday in Tier 1, but
he had a very definitely tough race in Canada as well last week. That was an utter failure from Matic. You know.
Well, I mean, he got P1, top step of the podium.
I mean, it wasn't. the lobby gave up out on us. It's always when Matt's in a good position, the game always seems, or something seems to always go wrong for him. But hopefully he can get back up to the top here in France.
Well, obviously speaking about the race last week, it was definitely a strange one. We only got 21 full laps of racing before the server decided to shut itself down. So for those that didn't see, the results last week were taken from the end of lap 21, and half points were awarded to all the drivers.
Kevin, there goes P1.
So hopefully we
Mercury.
see the checker flag in this race.
Hopefully we will be seeing the checker flag, yes, and hopefully I think the drivers will not really be wanting rain as well, because obviously we want dry conditions. No, but this is but I've just realised, Mercury, if it is a dry race in the actual race, Sarah goes P1. Looks like the track is improving. There's a dry line appearing, I can see. So,
oh, there's a racing point sideways on.
Sharks made a mistake. Sharks binned it in the barrier.
Wow. He was going about 180 sideways. I'm surprised he kept that out the wall, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it put me in P6. But yes, as I was saying, Mercury, it looks like that this is definitely going to throw a spanner into the strategy. Because most of these drivers would have practiced on a set of softs or a set of mediums. I was starting those tyres. Looks like they're going to all drivers yesterday are going to be on the same sort of, they're going to be equal, they're going to be on fresh tyres for the race. So it's going to be very interesting.
It would definitely change up the strategy. We saw there's about 4 different strategies from drivers in the race yesterday. We had people doing soft to hard one stop. There was people going medium hards one stop. 2 stoppers. Yeah, all sorts really. So it'll be interesting to see what they go for. They should be able to do a soft to hard relatively easy without doing the qualifying lap. But some may opt for mediums, I would assume.
Yeah, I think mediums is the better race tyre around this circuit anyway, so I think drivers will want to have that. I think SOS, what I gathered, the SOS isn't a very good race tyre. But Matt's coming on to start his lap now, or end it. Let me quickly have a check.
Yeah, he's just starting.
Just starting it, yeah, out that. I didn't have the telemetry up there, so that's my mistake. On board with him. P4 at the moment, Mercury, or Matty. Definitely got some decent pace around the circuit, but the rain may not help him. I don't know. It looks like the track is improving, Mercury, here. 8 minutes to go in the session.
He's had a big moment through turn 2, though. I was just wondering, did you get Cineflow back in the session?
Invited him, but I don't think he's
okay. Yeah, we are on board with Matt. He had a big moment, as I said, through turn 2, and he's just invalidated his lap as well. So that's sorting the wounds, and he's nearly span it on exit. Still very slippy out there. But Matt's dropped down to P4 now, with Kevin, Dalmas and Sarah all ahead of him.
I can't seem to invite
Cineflow
to the game.
He's just joined.
Oh, okay.
So not many drivers on their laps at the moment. I think Janino's just started his, so we'll see what he can do.
Oh, Danger Man's reversed in there. What's going on here? Danger Man's lost. Danger Man don't know where he's going.
Well, he's managed to rejoin safely. He's got Renault coming up behind him.
Yeah, looks like the track is drying out here at
Yeah, Janino's just over a 10th up in the first sector. So if he can nail the last 2 sectors, this could be a challenger for provisional pole, as we see Sarah and Kevin coming out on outlaps.
Yeah, I think the track is always going to improve there, Mercury, so I think the best lap is going to be that last runner that can start their lap last, and if they don't invalidate it, that could well be pole position, right, the way the track's going. Let's see his second sector there, he's 3 temps up, he's Janino.
Yeah. So it looks as if he's going to be challenging possibly for provisional pole. As you said, he's invalidated. He's gone wide at turn 10.
There. Giorat looks to have decent pace.
And BTX is off the track on the right hand side.
Oh, BTX is lost as well. BTX has found himself span off the circuit. He's back on the track now. He's not had a very good season, has he? He's had a lot of retirements this season. He'll be hoping to have a good result here in France.
But he's been up and down BKX. I think there's no doubt about his pace. He's definitely quick enough to challenge for the podium at least. But he just hasn't quite been able to hook up a string of races. I think his best is a P4 finish in the Netherlands, I believe. I will double check that.
I think it was.
But yeah, he's one that's got a lot of potential. He just needs to find a bit more of a rhythm and see what he can do. But talking about trying to find a rhythm, VCR of Sharks just started a lap. Obviously raced yesterday. And yeah, what did you think of his debut performance?
He was definitely he was decent, but I just got him into this in the race today because I didn't really think he had the outright speed 40 or 1 yesterday, but it was a decent result. But maybe he can prove me wrong in Tier 2 and dominate today. You know?
Well, he's currently sitting in P6. He is a little bit off of provisional pole, but there's plenty of time still left for him to set a
track
good lap.
improving as well.
So we'll see what he can do, but yeah, P6 isn't too bad at the moment.
Let's see then in his second sector.
Cineflow's just come to start a lap.
He's down.
I
think he made a mistake out of chicane.
Just as a note, Janino is in the pits and he's put on a set of mediums.
Okay.
And the rain has stopped, Maldy.
Well, the track there's still spray, a lot of spray coming off the intermediate.
Yeah, the track's still very wet, but
well, he is Brazilian, so he does know the rain better than anyone.
Kevin's coming up to the line.
He won.
And he goes for provisional pole.
Yeah, the track is improving all the time, as I said. And
Serrat's just finishing his lap. See if he can respond
to
Kevin.
Sector.
A little bit wide through the final corner, didn't quite hit the apex. The front just washed away in the end. A lot of these drivers will be using dry setups, I would assume, with the dry weather for the race. And he is down on his time in the end by a tenth of a second.
Although P2 for Serrat, I mean, that's a very good performance from him. Nublari goes P4, but that's not good enough. He needs to beat Kevin here in France, doesn't he, Mercury?
Yeah, the championship battle's still definitely on.
What's the gap, sorry, between those two drivers?
Gap between the two drivers is 62. So Kevin's got a big advantage, but you know, we're only halfway through the season. So yeah, if Nuvolari wants to challenge for this championship, then he's going to need to pick up the performances.
He needs to start today.
Still yet to win a race this season.
He's been very consistent though. When he has raced, he's been very consistent as Nuvolari.
Well, he's finished every race that he's competed in, and his worst finish being in Canada last week, which was partly due to the disconnection. Yeah. So he's always there or thereabouts, but if he wants to challenge for this championship, he's really
needs to be on it.
Take the fight to Kevin.
So Sierra then, another driver is actually going to, well, it looks like he's going to take the challenge to Kevin at the moment because he's on some decent pace. Currently P2, he's up, I think, in the second sector. So let's see how he's going to finish that. He was down last time. He's in the box. Okay, fair enough. There you go.
Follows him in, but these guys won't get another lap in, I don't think.
Matt is to be catched up.
Yeah, the guys on the mediums, I think, are abandoning it as the track's still way too wet. Most people still in the pit lane. So I'm not sure if we've got a timing glitch again, Maldy, but everybody's still in the pits with a minute 50 to go.
Maybe we've got a timing glitch, I don't know.
And Matt is getting held up a little bit by his teammate here. Oh, and he spun it!
A big mistake that he's spin there. He has spun out of qualified the French Grand Prix. Dirty Air may have played a part in that.
Well, he's got enough time to go for another lap if he's got the fuel for it. So I think that's what he's going to be trying to do. He's slowing right down. Trying to let the tyres cool back down. We've got a few drivers coming out on outlaps. But yeah, Kevin and Serrat still in the pits. So I think there may be a timing glitch because you expect these two to be out at pretty much the final stage.
Yeah.
But Matt's going to go for another lap here.
Right, this could well be pole position here, Mercury. the track is dry enough. Surratt has retired.
And Surratt's out.
It looks like there's no
I think,
timing
yeah,
glitch, I
Kevin
don't know.
won't make it out.
Here we go then. Yeah, Kevin thinks it's enough for pole then. And Dan Button on an outlap, and Nuvolari is on an outlap as well. Oh.
Yeah, only 3 drivers currently on flying laps, and the Williams has just completely cut the whole first sector behind Matt, who is on a lap. So
Mercury, Nuvolari here. Nuvolari is doing some major corner cutting.
yeah, some very dodgy driving from some tier 3 drivers tonight. So the least, hopefully they do not put Matt off. Oh, Matt's completely cut the chicane.
Yeah, they think they can get away with this, but it's not. You can't, because we're onto them. So Matty is 5 seconds up, and he's invalidated it. That would have been P1. That would have been P1, Mercury.
He must have slightly cut a corner somewhere. I didn't quite catch it, but
Oh.
Smithy's just invalidated his lap, so we'll see. I think Damos is
BTX has made it to
yeah,
a lap.
Damos 10th and a half up.
All shots on
first
mediums,
sector.
Mercury.
Oh, interesting. Danger Man off to the right hand side as we watch Damos coming down the straight. I think Damos is going to be pretty much the last driver to contest for pole, possibly Janino as well on that.
Quick. He's a second down, so no, those mediums are not the way to go. Dambos, did you say?
Well, yeah, we'll watch Dambos as he crosses the second sector line now. Whether he's up, he's 2 tenths up, Maori. This is going to be really close for pole position now if he can just nail this final sector.
He spun.
Oh, and he spun!
Oh! He's lost the back end there.
Oh, no. And Janino is slightly down on his time, so he's going to need a very good middle and final sector. Again, he's going to be coming up to the second sector line now. See what he's at. He's 2 tenths up. So this could be good enough for a second row start, or even a front row start if he can get his act together.
Dambos, yeah?
Janino.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just coming through the long right-hander now.
Round the final sector now. This is where the track is going to be the driest. The sun is trying to peek through the clouds. P6 here in France. Round the penultimate corner, coming into the final corner now. We're going to do about traction out of the final corner. Out of the final corner. What is it going to be? Is it going to be competition with the French Grand Prix for Janino, his first part in STB?
Oh, just misses out. But it is a front row lockout for the Ferrari boys. Nuvolari down in P5. He's not going to be very happy with that. So yeah, that is your grid for the French Grand Prix. It is FNT Kevin in that usual spot of P1 that he has made his own in this Tier 2 season. So he starts on pole with his teammate just behind him in P2, 3 tenths back as well. Surratt just misses out on the front row, but he will start P3 alongside FNT Dambos. DSP Nuvolari down in P5. He's going to need to pick up a few places if he wants to challenge for that championship. Matt down in P6, he'll be disappointed with that. Bram Nilsson on his debut in P7. VCRO Shark in P8, BTX down in P9, Cineflow in P10. SLR McKeon is in 11th. Mr. J Smith on his debut is P12. VSL Oscar was the last guy to set a time. And TSR Dangerman and Crooken did not set a lap time.
So, Mercury, we've obviously got a very good race ahead of us here. What can we expect from the strategy? What do you think is going to be the better strategy here in France?
I think it depends on your driving style and how good your setup is on tyre wear, really. I think most will go for mediums as they can push the whole race, and it will It will be close on what is the quickest strategy. I think people that can make the softs last will definitely give a challenge to the guys up in front if they get a good start and don't drop off too far. But tyre wear is a big issue around this track, so
Definitely.
I think the strategy choice is probably going to be medium to hard for most drivers.
Okay then, so we are gearing up for the formation lap of the Grand Prix de France at the Paul Ricard circuit on La Castellet. Bit of French there for you guys. 10 seconds to go. Mercury, I'm going to ask you, I normally ask Riggs to just before the lights run out, but it's very rushed. Who do you think is going to win the French Grand Prix this evening?
I would like to go for Kevin, as he just seems to win everything that he does in this Tier 2 lobby. But I'm going to go for an outsider, and I'm going to go for Dan Boss for the win.
Dan Boss. I reckon I'm going to go for Sierrat.
Okay.
I think, yeah, Sierrat and Lewis Williams is on set mediums. They'll be quicker in the first stint.
Yeah, I can see the tyre selection, and it is definitely not what I was expecting. Majority of drivers going on hards, so they're going long in the first stint, and then try and switch to the mediums at the end. But Serrat, BTX,
from
McKeon,
to Dan Boss.
Oscar.
Big
There
gap.
is, yes.
To Nuvolari, sorry.
Nuvolari, yeah. He's closing that gap now, though. Possibly just trying to warm his tyres up a little bit.
So look at the printed strict pit strategy here, Mercury. It's apparently mediums to hards. That's the optimal strategy. And then you've got the two stop out if you start on soft compound tyres.
As I said, we saw a load of different strategies yesterday, and in the end, it was the drivers who were starting outside the top 10 down in P13, 14 that were on the podium. So
yeah, they won the race.
Track position, although track position is obviously important around every track, it is reasonably easy to get overtakes done around this circuit. ERS isn't too hard to manage, and obviously you've got a long DRS straight for your overtakes.
It's very weird, isn't it, Mercury? Usually in real life, the races are quite boring on this circuit, but the race is actually very eventful on the game as Kevin comes around the final corner and he's now going to line up into his pit box. Another pole position for the Brazilian. Nailing down his authority here in Tier 2, going for that Tier 1 promotion next season. Second is Juninho, third is Serrat, fourth is Dan Boss. It's a full Brazilian two-front rows Mercury. Well, dominating STB right now.
Well, if the race yesterday was anything to go off, then this one's going to be a cracker. But
that 12 is when the pit window opens, Mercury, for the mediums. So that's when we can expect Serrat to pit. It's 5 lights for the French Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's not a quick start, but it doesn't matter because Kevin's going to get off the line any minute now. Right, down away they go.
And it's a slow start for Matt.
Watch a start there. Bit of a lag start there from Kevin. He's got some
Matt's
bad
been
bars there, but now
swamped
goes
at
down
the
to
start.
number 1. Dan Boss on the inside. Great start there for stage. Kept third place and has been right on the back of Juninho now. As they approach, we're looking at the back of the field. Oscar's in P11, he's going to be alongside Siniglo now as they come down into turn 3, 4, 5. This complex of corners, very tight, very touchy-feely through this section. Shark is on the inside of Matt. Matt's had a very bad start. He's down in P12 now, back with Oscar. And he's made a big mistake there. He's down to last. He span! Matt is out of the French Grand Prix Mercury. He span out the race. He's gone.
And like the same says, we see 3 wide going into the chicane.
Oh, this is interesting. Now Serrat's keeping the position to Dan Boss, but now BTX is right on the back now of Bivallari. He's going to have the overtake mode. He's going to have everything. He's going to have the slipstream. He's going to have medium compound tyres up the inside. Side by side.
And BTX has got the inside line.
He's done it. What a move there. What a move on the Italian. That's what we like to see.
Great race, 2 of them. We saw some carbon fibre flying off at turn 2, Mally. That was SLR McKeon's front wing. He's lost the right hand end plate. Obviously a bit of contact, I think, with one of the Renaults going into turn 2. So not the start that he would have wanted, and his teammate is even worse off, down 10 seconds behind 14th place Benjamin.
Okay, then this is really kicking off here in front. But what a start from Kevin once again, Mercury. He won. He's kept the position. Great start.
Ram Nilsson's looking racy early on, looking to possibly get past Novellari already.
Ram, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was looking very quick in practice when he was tested. He was looking... Definitely knows how to use his ERS icon. See if he can bring that into this race. Here in front, the slipstream Mercury on the back of the Alfa Romeo. Now he's
just made his way past Oscar as well.
They're going to size his way
see
up there.
Ram going for the move.
On the outside, around the outside. He'd like to defend that. But Ram is looking quick in these opening stages. Where did he start? Let me quickly have a look. Oh, he's kept his position, so he's had a good start. He's looking racy.
He's lost one to BTX, but obviously Matt's been put him up position as well. BTX on the softer tyre, as Sarah is as well, and he's looking to make his way past Kevin already. Possibly when the DRS is enabled this lap. As Oscar's into the pits. Must have a bit of front wing damage.
Right, so Sarah needs to keep within that 1 second window on Kevin. Novellari's not looking very quick, is he, Mercury?
I think he's struggling early on. It didn't look as if he picked up any damage, but yeah, he's got a train forming behind him now, and he's struggling to keep up with BTX, who's obviously on the softer tyre. BTX now looking to make his way past Dambos.
Here we go, BTX then, overtake mode, here we go. DRS is going to be activated for the AlphaTauri, here we go, down the straight.
Dambos has got DRS as well though,
Dambos got DRS,
so protection from him, but Surratt's looking as if he wants to get past race leader Kevin.
These drivers use DRS very differently to what I do, how I do it. That's not the point, because Surratt is 4 tenths now behind the Ferrari of Kevin here. It's going to be a big moment for the Williams driver. He had his moment in Netherlands, Mercury, and I believe that wasn't to be because of a penalty, so he'll be looking to redeem himself. There's been a crash in the middle of the circuit. It's Bram Neil Nielsen. He's down in P13, made a big mistake. There you go, these races ruined. There you go, P13 now.
Oh, BTX been spun. And I think he went to throw one up the inside at the final corner, and he just got the door shot on him. As Cineflow's looking to make a move into turn 1 now on SLR McKeon, who's got front wing damage into turn 1, and they've made contact themselves. And Cineflow's round.
Cineflow's spread. Cineflow's gone massive crack there off the circuit. He's gone off the circuit there.
And now Surratt is right on the back of Kevin, pushing him through turns 5 and 6.
We've got a bit of action going on at the back here between Dangerman and Cineflow as they come through the chicane. But Cineflow's got the extra grip there, and he's
going for the overtake.
P11, Surratt there down the straight, ERS, overtake mode, DRS, medium compound tyres down the straight, what a move, DRS up the inside, sweet as he like P1.
And BTX has managed to continue. I think he avoided damage and he's back on this train now, but obviously lost a lot of ground. Only caught the end of it. Only caught the end of it, I think he, no, I think he's got away with it. And he's now going for a move on the racing point. Thinks better of it into turn 10.
Not going to go for any stupid move. He's going to try
inside of turn 11.
Here we go on the inside, Mercury. Side by side shots going on around the outside. BTX is going to push his way through there. Very aggressive but very fair from the AlphaTauri. As he kind of like pushes him through, and he's got a time penalty for corner cutting. He's pushing that car hard though, I must say. Definitely wanting some good points here.
We've got someone in the pits. the key on with front wing change. And BTX has a slide coming to the final corner. But yeah, BTX. These drivers are not playing nice with BTX today, but good racing from the two of those guys. Hopefully BTX can make his way back up, obviously on the soft compounded tyres. Crooken's made his way up into P7. Oh, Shark's round nearly! And he's lost the place to BTX.
I think BTX is...
door slam shot in his face.
I think BTX is going to be very, very aggressive now. Obviously, he's had that little collision at the final corner. He's had penalties come his way. He's going to be very aggressive to try and get himself back up to that, P5, P4 where he was. So yeah, he's going to have to work hard, but I think he's got it. I think he's got it in him to really push the drivers around him because they're all on hards, most of them. So he's got
another penalty. Really? He's driving with a bit of frustration early on. Obviously, hasn't quite gone his way, but. He's just keep it clean, keep his head down, and hopefully he'll get a bit lucky later in the race.
So Kevin is still keeping the gap here to Sierra at 6 tenths. Really, we don't really want to see this. We want to see Valari ideally patch these guys up and get ahead of Kevin. That's what we really want to see here in France.
Well, it'd be good to see a battle at least, especially between the two championship leaders. We want to see obviously a bit of a battle at least for the championship.
No safety car yet, Craig. You'd expect that. With the first corner, second corner. I'm surprised there wasn't actually a safety car last night, to be honest. There's not many spaces to actually crash around the circuit now, just that first lap, it's very daunting for everyone. Crashes that can take place on that first lap. Oscar goes P1 on the leaderboards there for the lap times. He's P1, P14 on track, P1 up in the fastest lap. So there you go. He's snapping the authority down here on his soft compound tyres. Do you think that's a good strategy call from him there? I think maybe he should have pitted first at hards or mediums, Mercury.
I think it would have made sense to go on a set of hards, but I think he started on a set of hards. But yeah, I'm not sure why he's gone on a set of softs.
Surely because it was waiting qualifying.
Even if the safety car came out. So yeah, if it was me in that situation, I would have gone on a set of mediums or hards at least. But we'll see what he can do. He's a long way back at the moment from Matt, who has closed the gap to Bram slightly, but still a bit of a distance off of points.
Well, looks like it's catching some danger man as well now, so there could be about all points in there, but we'll have to see how it goes. So the gap's kind of calmed down now. Mercury back with Wixie then. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing really happening. The gaps have calmed down now.
Well, BTX is right on the back of Crook, and he's nearly driven to the back of him as well, and that's going to give Sharp
a incentive. Got on a curb. I think Crichton might have a damage. I don't know if you've seen that right.
His front wheel looks alright. Maybe just struggling with the medium tyres starting to go off a little bit as the Racing Point nearly whacks the back of BTX. But this is going to be a four-way battle now as Cineflow is in on this as well. But BTX is looking like the aggressor, going for the move on Crooken.
BTX then, DRS overtake mode. A lot of DRS has been used on BTX side, but side by side, look at this! Forced him off the road from the inside. There you go, sweet as you like. P number 7, look at that. What a move there. DRS, full execution of the overtake mode. Sweet as you like. Shark then is behind Shark's doing a decent job here. P9 at the moment. P10 for Cineflow, as you said, Mercury, but BTX, is he going to have another attack from Crookston as Oscar has left the session? He's had enough.
Crooken looking to get back on BTX. BTX is very aggressive with the Rebel driver, but he's made a mistake, and that is going to give Sharp a look up the inside.
Outside
that is so close.
Oh, look at the extra speed that he's carrying around the final few corners now. Round the outside, bit of contact there. And there you go, P number 8 for Shark. Cineflow's also got the overtake, given another overtake on Shark. But Crookston's going to stay in that DRS on the Renault. P9 for Semiflow, P10 for Cookson. He's had a bad lap there. He's lost 3 places, Mercury, in the space of 2 sectors.
Yeah, just got swamped in the end by the guys behind. Was roughed up by BTX, was roughed up by Shark, and Cineflow just took advantage. So he's not going to be happy with that.
So then, Cineflow got the pace and Shark. Let's have a look. It's going to be overtake. Yeah, overtake DRS for my teammate. You can't really get near him because of Shark's DRS on the BTX. It's very frustrating, isn't it, Mercury, when you're behind someone and they've got DRS for someone else? It's very frustrating.
Just makes your job that bit more difficult. You've got to try and make more up through the corners, which can take more life out the tyres as well. So yeah, Cineflow looking strong so far. BTX not driving away from these guys yet. The mediums possibly hit the point where they've lost the best performance. So we see what the two behind can do. Crooken's falling off the back of these guys. Bram is catching him. But this is pretty much the only battle going on at the moment. Damos is closing on Janino.
Oh, but Shark's going to go for the overtake up the inside. BTX running outside, side by side. Shark's going to come
and that's,
right
dear.
BTX is bad. BTX is down to the French Grand Prix. He's off the track. He's span. There was contact there. BTX tried to get the position, but he got spun there. As the two drivers collided through turn 2.
BTX's race goes from bad to worse. Yeah, I think the racing point was a bit too harsh on him there. Definitely didn't leave enough room for BTX.
Shark will continue in P7. Cineflow will continue in P8, but BTX all the way down in P12 now. He's going to be absolutely fuming, Mercury, in that cockpit. He's going to be fuming.
Oh, Damos picks up a penalty. Nearly span it on the curb on the exit of turn 12. He's still in his pursuit of Janino though.
Yeah, and Kevin's still in pursuit of Sierra. I think he's just trying to get those tyres now up to where they need to be. Because Sierra is on a set of medium, so those tyres are going to be going off. Kevin can use this to his advantage here. BTX in the pit lane, Mercury.
I just shouldn't put on a set of hards to the end. And he will drop all the way to the back of the grid.
He hits a penalty. It's that set of mediums.
It is. He's gone for a set of mediums. Wow, okay.
Interesting. He's going for the 2-stop up. Very
yeah,
interesting.
but he's a long way off.
Maybe he's hoping for a safety car or something.
Oh, he's going to need one with the looks of it. So. To the float, right on back of Shark, and Crooken and Bram are side by side as well.
Oh, here we go, round the outside goes the Williams, going to have the inside for the next corner. Oh,
he's squeezed. And Damos is right on the back of Janino as well again. And I think he's made a mistake, he's dropped a bit off the back, but Cineflow is right on the back of Shark as well. So the gap's just all of a sudden closed for 3 different battles. And Shark's nearly spanned.
Oh, Shark's made a mistake, and Cineflow's had a bit of a moment out of the corner. I'm not quite sure what corner that is, turn 15. 16, but anyway, Cineflow's got the overtake done, Mercury P7 for him, and now he's going to go after his teammate Smithy. Could really be me, but it's Smithy in P6 there.
Danger Man peels into the pits for what is going to be, I would assume, a set of hard tyres. To go to the end. And
yeah, set of hards for McLaren. P12 at the moment, so he's going to go to the end there, as you said. Don't know if BTX pitted for mediums personally, but each their own. Kevin's got DRS on Surat then. Oscar's in the pit lane. He's obviously left the session earlier, so...
So Dan Boss just staying within that 6/10th window at the moment. Janino doesn't really look as if he wants to make the move. Talking about making a move, Bram has finally got past Crooken on the second time of asking. At the end of the straight. Crooken on
he's got more DRS. He's got more ERS as well than Cookson as well. So is he going to try it? I don't think he is.
Yeah, he's gone very wide. Those tyres look to be falling off a cliff now.
Right, let's have a look at this. Dan Boss at the final corner. He's going to be still behind Dominion around 7 tenths is the gap. And then we've got Kevin now 4 tenths behind Sierrat Mercury. Sierrat tyres arguably going off.
Yeah, the mediums are struggling now. All of the guys on the medium tyres are struggling, apart from BTX obviously on that new set. Kevin could be looking for a move though at the end of the straight here. Sierrat's gone wide at turn 6.
DRS.
And here he comes. He's going to go for a move at the inside.
Speed. Here we go, down the straight. Sierrat's going to go defensive. Kevin's going to have the outside line. That's going to compromise Sierrat's exit now.
Yeah, he's going to have a good exit as well. Uses a burst of overtake. Sierrat's probably going to go defensive again. Sticks to the racing line. Kevin knows that he can't go for a move into turn 10, but could possibly open up in turn 11. He's a little bit too far back on this occasion. But the more Sierrat holds Kevin up,
cover off that lead. Nuvolari's nowhere, is he? 2 seconds now behind Danbo.
Well, he's just running his own race at this point, isn't he? Smithy's 4.5 behind him. And he's not been able to keep up with his teammate as we see Sierrat coming into the pits.
He's made a mistake out the third to last corner, and now Smithy is going to be having Cineflow all over the back of him now.
Yeah, and Shark is keeping up with these guys as well.
This could be pretty straightforward Mercury for the Renault.
Crooken's also coming to the pits for a tyre change as Cineflow makes his way past his teammate. Easy move from the Renault driver.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with this result at the moment. P5, 10 points on the board. I think he'll be happy if he can stay in this position for the rest of the race. Right, then,
well, still a long way to go.
Sierrat's on a set of mediums.
Oh.
Okay.
That must be a mistake.
Interesting.
That must be a
going
mistake.
For this 2-stopper?
Well, no, because the mediums will go to the end from here, but obviously he can't. Oh! Someone spun! Smithy spun!
Oh, what's going?
Just dropped it at the end of the straight.
I didn't catch that. What happened? What, he just dropped it on the chicane?
It looks as if so. I don't think he made contact with his teammate.
I didn't catch that. Sorry, viewers. I didn't catch the whole of that, but yeah. I mean, a lot of drivers are losing it on the curbs. We didn't see that last night in Tier 1. Right, Sierrat there, he's on a set of mediums. I'm actually very intrigued to see what his thinking is at the moment.
I'm not sure why he's done it. I don't know. Yeah. It means he's got another pit stop to do now, and he's going to drop him way back, but he's going to make his move on Matty already. Matty's still trying to recover lost time.
It's not really been the race for him, has it?
No, it looks as if France is not a good luck charm for the Mercedes driver.
I'm sure he'll be looking forward to Austria next week. It's a 3-second time penalty. Austria, always a track that the drivers love, especially you, Mercury, I'm sure. They will be hoping to bring the action to Austria next week. home
It's
of
good,
the
good
trees, I
track
like
for
to call it.
overtaking, isn't it? Good track for battling through
Very
DRS
good.
zones.
Very good track as well, Mercury, for reducing the carbon footprint. It's a very good track for that. Very good. Anyway, talking of reducing carbon footprint, Shark is on the back of Siniflo, trying to get around the track as quickly as possible as they approach now to the third and last corner. Siniflo's made a bit of a
We've
mistake
got
there.
drivers into the pits.
Now going to be
Janino,
Shark
Dambos.
on him. Janino and Dambos, yeah, both in.
Early stop. Expecting a few more laps. Cineflow, Shark, both in the pits. So Nevillari, Kevin stay out. Smithy stays out, and Matt is in the pits. So most drivers coming in. So it should come out.
Straight. Kevin is in.
Well clear of these guys. As he sets fast lap of the race, 31.6. Just cementing the pace that he's got, but I don't think he's on the optimal strategy.
I don't know why he's done these two stopping, to be honest. I'm a bit baffled by it.
Oh, Janino and Downboss are they're only about 7-8 seconds behind. So he's got a lot of ground to make up just to fight for the podium, realistically.
I'm a little bit confused, if I'm honest.
Downboss has come out right with Janino again. It looks like he's possibly going to try and make a move this time. No, he turns his ERS off. So he's still just following the Ferrari driver at the moment.
Alright, let's see if he's going to do it down the second back straight.
I think he's just following him at the moment. I think they're just working together and seeing what they can do. Obviously, we want to see these two battle. This is for second and third provisionally. And Kevin has finally come into the pits.
So Kevin's responded to those two drivers. He's in the pit lane. Nivellari's in as well. Smithy, yes, span it! Smithy, span!
Oh no, and he's retired.
And he's out of the Grand Prix. He's stopped in a very dangerous position.
So, Will Serac come out in presence to these guys. They are just about to hit the pit limited line. And Serac is going to be clear of these guys by some margin as well.
So 4 seconds though, and the pit lane is one of the longest on the calendar.
But he will go on a set of softs at the end, which could be beneficial to him. But yeah, still a lot of time to make up. Nevillari's lost out a load of time.
Mercury, if he went on hards, it would have been 4 seconds clear of Kevin. That's hard compound tyres. I mean,
I think realistically, I think he had the pace to hold that P2 minimum, possibly to battle for that win. So yeah, it's an interesting call from him, but obviously he's confident with what he's gone with.
We'll see how he gets on.
Make it work. BTX on the back of Crooken. We're going to look to make a move here. But he's still got opportunities to get some good points. He will have to pit again. Which obviously doesn't
very
help
rapid
him.
on those softs.
There he goes.
Very
Easy
quick.
move.
Easy move, DRS. Bit of overtake mode, just going to sprinkle that out the engine, out the
and Matt's looking to make the move now.
Unit. Matt's got the overtake as well. There you go. It's a Quickson completely been mugged there on his set of hard tyres. So he's not really had a good race, has he? But I'm sure he'll be hoping to bounce back in Austria next week.
Well, Matt's recovered a lot of time from his spin, but obviously I think the best position for him is going to be P8 at this point, as Cineflow sets fastest lap of the race. So
it looks like Shark is now trying to use the Cineflow Mercury, drag him along a bit.
Well, it seems to be working. He's right behind him. Dambos still not interested in going on for the attack on Janino, so
getting closer every lap. He's getting closer. Yeah, he just
Shark right on the back of Cineflow.
overtake mode.
Matt as well on the back of BTX, possibly going for a move at the end of the chicane, and they're side by side, and Matt's been spanned again.
Yeah, that's going to be a crash. That's going to be a collision.
No.
Oh.
He's taken the wrong route, and he's got a 10.
This is not really his day, is it?
It's gone from bad to worse. The French Grand Prix is a bad omen, I think, for Matt. As Shark is looking to make a move on Cineflow. Oh, and he's lost it on exit, and he's
that wasn't very clever, was it, Shark?
And he's fallen right off the back. He's lost 3 seconds there.
He lost it on the exit, did he, off the corner?
Yeah, he was. He threw up the inside of Cineflow.
Yeah.
And I think just got the power too early.
Okay.
So yeah, there really is.
Calm down.
Yeah, there really is no battles at the moment.
Yeah, definitely calm down. But
Damos is not interested in going for the move, so
it'll be interesting though in the closing stages. This strategy that we've got going on. A new Valari span.
Oh no!
Now Cineflow's going to be on him, and Cineflow's gone very wide around the 6th corner.
It's not been a great race from Valari, has it? It's just not quite had the pace.
He needs to, sort himself out for Austria next week.
Well, by the looks of it, Kevin's closing on Serrat.
Yeah,
so he's picked up the pace. He's dropped Janino.
Serrat needs to pit.
He's really in control of this race.
The clouds are forming here in France.
They are.
Clouds are forming.
It's gone very grey overcast.
Who knows?
Well, if this works, then yeah, what a strategy it will be. But it's only cloudy in the far part of the circuit. It's sunny on the pitch straight at the moment, but there's another 8 laps still to go in the session.
Who knows? France could just pour it down. Who knows? We are in Europe. On the UK, so
Bram's on the back of Crooken. Crooken's pace has really dropped off in the last few laps. The Williams driver looking to get an extra point on his debut, and here he comes into turn 1. Crooken's going to go defensive, and it looks to be an easy move for the Williams round the outside, and he's got the speed and he's got the move done up into P9.
You need commitment to overtake round the outside of turn 1. You need commitment.
Or you could just turn in on the other driver, as DJ Danny showed us perfectly.
Matty is catching up to Cruxen in the 11 now, so Matt's gonna try and pull back some time. Mercury, he lost it. Has tried to overtake BTX earlier on in the Grand Prix. Cruxen then P10's position to Bram. As he said, he's not showing great pace, but what he's showing is he's showing consistency. He was consistently, decently paced in Canada, and consistently, decently paced here in France. And he's on for points because at the moment BTX isn't scoring any because it's a P. So there you go, Mercury. It's all kicking off here in France, and what he's kicking off is now Dan Boss. He's got overtake, DRS down the pitch straight then, but he's
Manny, to touch on your point, sorry, it's got rather dark, hasn't it?
Yes. Rather dark, and I'm liking it. Yeah, come on.
The only issue is he's only got 8 laps left now, and there's no sign of rain. It usually takes a few laps for the track to get wet enough.
Just bring Storm Row now, and just bring some rain. That's all the game needs to do now. Call it that.
We've already got Storm Row now. We've had that for about 7 months now, unfortunately. But
anyway, Cineflow is catching up to the back of Nuvolari now. Not Rigseek Mercury, as they come down to the DRS.
And Damos is getting closer as well. Possibly, maybe thinking about a move soon enough.
He's definitely been using more overtake down the straight, as you can see. He's been usually it would just put it on, tap it off straight away, but now he's using it a bit more. So. Yeah, I do like this patience game these tier 2 drivers do. It's always in tier 2.
Matt's past Crooken.
Always battles. Matt's got to be able to take John on Cook, yeah. There you go. BTX could take another penalty. Not liking the curves, is he, BTX?
Well, I would have said the opposite. He's quite liking the curbs. He's been mounting them left, right, and centre. So,
But I don't think you'll be liking him because it's meaning that he's getting penalties. But
oh, it's definitely going to affect him at the end. But I think with this extra pit stop that he's got to do, it's going to drop him very much to the back of the field.
yeah,
Anyway,
don't know
but
why these
he'll be able
drivers
to
would do a
charge
two-stopper.
on the softs.
Confuses me. But just Cineflow then. Going to keep within this 5/10 window onto Nuvolari. Nuvolari's not had very good pace in his second stint. You know, at least he was able to, you know, keep up with the drivers ahead of him in the first stint, but in the second stint, he definitely lost speed and lost pace. He had that spin as well.
Yeah, he hasn't been slow.
Yeah.
But I think for someone that we're talking about, obviously challenging for the championship, maybe expected a bit more in terms of the battle.
Definitely. Kevin then is now 1.2 seconds behind Sierrat Mercury, and the track is getting very dark now. The clouds are starting to appear, so the track's going to get cold.
Yeah, no sign of rain as of yet, but still very dark.
Ram is showing some very decent pace, I must say. I know he's in P9, but Matty's usually up there at the front, and he's keeping that gap consistent to the Mercedes. So, yeah, Ram, I think he'll be happy with his debut. A few points on the board, as he said, at Mercury. So
we've still got 5 laps till the end of the race. Obviously, he's got to hold the guys off behind if he wants to, but a few drivers as well still need to be ahead of him.
Yeah, BTEC's in the pit lane at this lap, as I predicted. I predict the future.
Yeah, and he'll be on a set of softs to the end.
Set of softs.
But he will be quite far off the back of Danger Man, I think.
Yeah, but it's going to be very quick, so he may be able to get 1 point on track. Then it's about the penalties. He's going to be very quick now. But is it going to be quick enough, Mercury, to even maybe get P10? I'm thinking about this because the Danger Man is now coming through.
Yeah, he's a long way back.
4-5. So
it's a tall order, to say the least. He's got about 17 seconds to make up just to score a point.
Kevin Mercury's now right now, so Church needs to pit for set of softs. I don't think the rain's going to come.
Yeah, I think if he is going to go for a set of softs rather than
it's raining.
Wet weather. It is raining.
It is raining here in France, so that's going to continue.
Oh goodness! So this is the battle for the lead now. This is truly it.
Now it's got absolutely. The heavens have got open here.
And
in
Kevin's
France
looking ready to try and make a move on Serra, so he can get in the pit lane before him.
Qualifying with Mercury, he had the pace in qualifying.
Wow, this has spiced up the race massively, and these guys are going to have to get the call perfectly right, and hope that the rain comes down when they need it to, not when they cross the line. But
Mercury, I do predict the future, don't I?
You do.
Because I said Serra.
I think you've just got powers.
I'm so good.
Anyway, here comes Kevin.
Kevin's going to have DRS. Here we go. Down the straight, so it's going to have to get
He's going for it.
For the win. It's for the victory. Serra, push him. Oh. There you go. That's what we want.
He's getting the switchback. And this is the battle for the lead as well. Although Serra has got another pit stop to do, the rain is falling. But he needs it to fall harder. He cannot go to the end.
Rain!
And Kevin's on the inside. Oh my goodness.
Dan Boss is getting closer to Antonio. Come on, rain! Rain, France, rain!
Kevin's really looking to get past Serra. He knows that it's important.
I told you, didn't I? I told you.
But the rain is coming down. I think the track is starting to get greasy, and possibly in a couple of laps, it's going to be whether the people want to go to the end or whether they risk going on a set of inters. But here comes Kevin again, Maudie into turn 1.
Kevin,
and Serra doesn't defend.
He's going to have the inside for sector 2. Is it turn 2? Sorry.
And he holds the move still. The Williams driver putting up a very good defence. Kevin's still going to have DRS. It's not been disabled yet. It's not wet enough. As we've got a yellow flag. And it is Danger Man.
Danger Man's gone. Oh.
And Kevin is literally pushing Surratt through. This is his biggest opportunity yet. Can he make the move before the rain starts coming down?
Well. Come on, Dick. Come on, Rain. Rain, front.
He's really going for it, Maldy. And Kevin's not close enough.
More ERS is bad at his disposal, Mercury. That's going to happen down straight here.
And Surratt's just got better straight line speed by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's got more overtakers, which is helping him a lot. He's able to use more of it.
And Cineflow's made his way past Nuvolari as well. And they're back. Oh, and they've made contact. And they've both gone off the track at the end of the chicane. And Cineflow's been forced off.
They're being pushed off the track.
And Kevin's now looking to make the move as well. Oh, he's a little bit too far back. He was pushing Surratt through turn 11. This is sliding around the track. DRS has not been disabled, but the lights are flashing.
Is it going to be intermediate? Are they going to go for intermediate?
Surratt boxes.
Surratt's in.
And Kevin flicks last minute.
Kevin's got it.
And he's trying to follow him. Oh my goodness, they're both into the pits.
This is incredible.
And Dalvos follows. Janino has to stay out. Nuvolari as well.
In the pit lane now. Going to go for a set of intermediates. This could
Is
be
it wet enough though?
The victory. This could well be the victory here, Mercury. If they've timed it right, this is the battle for the win.
Well, if they're wrong, then Janino and Nuvolari are the big winners.
That is mad. The championship. Cineflow's up the inside of Nuvolari there.
Oh, and they're trundling round. And this could be the battle for the podium. We have to see. Yeah, DRS is disabled. I think they've called it right. And Surratt with the...
I called it. I called Surratt's strategy. I called
Surratt with the early box as well, calling it before Kevin. That's gained him a lot of breathing space on the Ferrari driver, and he's now got Shark ahead of him. He needs to get past as soon as possible. Shark's still on the dry tyres, but Kevin not even within a second at the moment. And we've got a spinner, and it's BTX on a set of softs. He didn't box.
Oh.
And the Racing Point's holding the Williams up, and they've made a bit of contact. He needs to get past him, Maldy, now, and he gets the exit
Kevin,
done.
Come on, Sarah, come on!
And here comes Kevin. Kevin's there with him.
Sarah's going to be fuming. Sarah's actually going to be livid.
Well, here comes Kevin. Is he going to get the move on turn 11? He's a little bit too far back, but this is the battle for the lead now, Maldy. We've got 2.5 laps to
Let's
end
look at the penalties.
this.
Oh, no. Well, it looks like Kevin's going to win either way now.
Janino's in the pits.
Sarah's got penalty.
Oh, no. Well, Kevin could pick up a penalty. I think he's got a couple of warnings, has he not?
He's got one warning, Kevin.
Oh. So Surratt's really going to have to push Kevin to the limit if he wants to win this race. And where will Janino come out? They're well far back. They've dropped a lot of time.
Let's have a look.
Shark stayed out.
Lane.
Oh, Shark's trying to go to the end. He thinks that's his best opportunity at some good points. Bram stayed out. Nuvolari and Cineflow are going to come out with each other.
I'm here for it.
And
it's 2 yellow flag.
Danger
Man spun again.
So this could really be close at the end with the guys staying out on the mediums. I think they're going to lose a bit too much time, but they've got 11-second gap to Nuvolari.
Nuvolari's got the inside of turn 6 there. And Cineflow carries on as well. Nuvolari is very fuming with Cineflow after this race, Mercury. Cineflow was actually very, very aggressive.
And BTX is out.
Red flag.
The question is, can Shark hold that P5 before Nuvolari and Cineflow catch him at the end of next lap? Bram's just trying to hold on to a couple of points as well. He's trundling round on the medium tyres. Oh, and he's in the wall! He's lost an exit.
Oh,
And he's going to get caught by Matt now on a set of inters. Kevin. Oh, he's really wide. And Bram's completely off the track. Matt's gone past him. Cineflow looking to get past Nuvolari as well. And they've caught right up to Shark already, Maldi. I think Shark's going to get swamped here.
3 seconds is the gap. Yeah, he's really struggling in that final corner now.
Yeah, and Surratt. Probably, he's got the odds against him at the moment. I think Kevin already knows.
Again, just like Netherlands, Mercury, leading the race, he's going to lose it to the penalties.
Yeah, I think Kevin knows, and Bram decides to pit, doesn't go to the end, and Nuvolari's made his way past Shark, and it looks like Cineflow's going to follow him. Straight up the inside, oh my goodness, he's nearly wiped all 3 of them out in one go. There's been contact.
God, he's out of the Grand Prix.
Oh, and he's retired.
He's retired from the race.
He's not happy.
He could have got some decent. He still could have got some, 2 points on the board.
Well, let's benefit to Matt. Matt goes up to P7 in the end. Kevin just, I
Yeah,
think
right, it's going to be feuding him.
Kevin's just going to the end now. He knows that all he needs to do is keep it behind him.
I don't think we will have any interviews, Mercury, here today because of the podium. It's all Brazilian. What a race, Mercury, here in France.
Well,
what a race.
It's been a bit all over the place, and Surratt with probably the best strategy he could have done, and he will come across the line in provisional P1, but as we already know, it looks as if the penalties are going to play a big part again. So Surratt crosses the line and he wins in France on track, but Kevin will take the victory. Another win in his Tier 2 campaign. Downboss comes home in P3. Janino fell off the back in the end and just misses out by 1/10 on the podium.
Nuvolari didn't have a penalty there. Unserved stop and go. That would have been.
Yeah, Nuvolari comes across the line. And he is P5 on the road, and he will get jumped by Cineflow.
That's not good for the championship. Matt is going to come for P7.
Yeah, difficult race from the Mercedes, but he picked up some points.
I would actually say Mercury that Matt is in contention to drive of the day there.
My driver of the day would have to be Kevin, really. He sort of dominated the race, as he usually does. Cineflow up 5 places as well from when he started.
I would say I was driving for the day because I called the strategy that Surratt did, to be fair.
Well, if you were a driver, then I would give you that. I'll give you commentator of the day. How about that?
Thank you. That should be every day, to be honest. Brown then comes across the line. P9.
Oh, he scores points
on his debut. Decent result from him. And that concludes your Grand Prix de France, live from Le Castellet on France. And Cruxon is the driver of the day from the game. I think we're going to get to Kevin in the commentary box tonight, Mercury.
Yeah, Kevin or Cineflow for me. Cineflow definitely showed that he had some good pace. But yeah, Kevin doing what he does best. What we've seen him do so many times this season. Yeah, just leading out from the front. And he takes his 5th victory of the season, Maldi. He's won exactly half the races that have been done in Tier 2. So
there you go. Your race winner then for the French Grand Prix, the only driver without a penalty, that is impressive, is Kevin. Second is SFS Sierra, he's back on the podium. Third is Dambos. Fourth is Janino. Fifth is Cineflow. Sixth is Nuvolari. Seventh is Matt Matabanta. Eighth was Cruxon. Ninth on his debut is Bram Nielsen. And then your non-finishers were Shark, I think. No, sorry. It was a non-finisher. Shark,
Dangerman finished.
Oscar, BTX, Jay Smithy, and McKeon. Dangerman did finish, but unfortunately was P11, so got no points from the French Grand Prix. And suddenly, we've got sunny conditions, Mercury.
Yep.
Sunny conditions in France. That's a very big turnaround in the space of a few seconds there. So, Mercury, thank you. We won't be having any interviews here this evening due to the podium. all Brazilians. But I'm sure they are very, very happy with their result. Another dominant display, as you said, from Kevin. Not so dominant in terms of leading the race from start to finish, but he's definitely been able to keep his championship dominance, continue his championship dominance with that race. A very good strategy from Sir at Mercury here in France. So, you know what? Great call from Sir. Anyway, Mercury, thank you. It's been a pleasure to join you in the commentary box this evening, Mercury, for the French Grand Prix. Thank you to everyone that has watched this evening. Well done to the podium finishers, Kevin, Sierrat, and Dan Boss. Do join us next week, where we go to the land of the trees, that I like to call it, the Austrian Grand Prix. We'll see you next week at the Red Bull Ring, or round 11 in Austria. We'll see you next week.